Welcome to From the Pages. Today's issue takes us back to April of 1982 with issue 28 of Fantastic Films. It's a celebration of cinematic imagination, ranging from deep interviews with legends like Terry Gilliam and Robert Wise, to features on Time Bandits, Swamp Thing, and Revenge of the Jedi speculation. There's even commentary on Star Wars fandom, a look at prehistoric fantasy, sci-fi book reviews, and some very enthusiastic letters to the editor. Let's break it all down. Cover fee Terry Gilliam on Time Bandits. In a rare, multi-page interview, Terry Gilliam speaks in depth with Jim Sulsky about his process behind Time Bandits. Gilliam discusses the difficulty of balancing adult expectations with childlike wonder, pushing back against critics who assumed the film was only for children. He reflects on financing the film independently, shooting on location in Morocco and England, and wrestling with post-production limitations. He details the visual storytelling, from ogre horns to cage sequences, and defends the film's unconventional narrative structure. Gilliam also explains his intent. Time Bandits wasn't made for children. It was made about children, blending sophistication with fantasy in a way that neither group could fully claim as their own. Supporting interviews with Sean Connery and Michael Palin are referenced, but not included in full. Major features. Robert Wise remembers the day the Earth stood still. In a retrospective piece by Al Taylor and Doug Finch, director Robert Wise recalls the iconic production, the political undertones, and how it remains one of sci-fi's most respected works. Wise offers behind-the-scenes details about the casting, visual effects, and the challenge of bringing Kladu's message to life in the tense political atmosphere of the Cold War. The making of The Deadly Spawn. A gritty feature on an independent sci-fi horror film that was assembled on a shoestring budget. Interviews with the producers and SPFX director reveal how they used creative solutions and elbow grease in place of money to deliver gruesome results. From Star Wars to Empire to Revenge of the Jedi. Speculative analysis by Bill Hayes teases what audiences might expect from the final chapter in George Lucas's original trilogy. Hayes dissects plot structure, archetypes, political symbolism, and Vader's evolving arc. He theorizes about the role of cloning, fascist aesthetics, and potential parallels between the Empire and historical regimes. Swamp Thing the movie. Jack Harris reviews Wes Craven's Swamp Thing, calling it a faithful, if occasionally rough, adaptation of the comic book. Praise is given to Dick Durock's performance under heavy prosthetics and to Craven's effort to blend horror and pulp sensibilities with comic book roots. Quest for Fire. An immersive commentary on the anthropological film Quest for Fire, starring Ron Perlman and Everett McGill. Blake Mitchell and Jim Ferguson admire the film's raw realism, physical performances, and bold, dialogue-free storytelling. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Ken Busanmas walks us through Douglas Adams' multimedia creation, from novel to BBC radio to television and stage productions. The article examines how humor, existentialism, and absurdity converge to make Hitchhikers a unique sci-fi property. The new Doctor Who interviews with Peter Davison and producer John Nathan Turner offer fans a glimpse into the newly regenerated Fifth Doctor. They discuss costuming choices, character development, and the tone shift from Tom Baker's era. Letters to the editor. Corrections and credit for The Howling. Jeff and Steve Shank correct a previous issue that attributed too much of the creature effects to Rob Bottin. They argue makeup artist Greg Canham deserves more credit for the transformation scenes. Harrison Ford Obsession. A reader shares their admiration for Ford and asks for fan club info. The editor responds with a Lucasfilm P.O. box address. Eisenstein vs. Empire. A fan responds at length to Alex Eisenstein's harsh critique of The Empire Strikes Back, defending its themes, logic, and character development, and pointing out inconsistencies in Eisenstein's interpretations. Request for more modern content. A fan asks the magazine to cover more current films, while still praising past coverage like Flash Gordon. Read Out, book reviews by Blake Mitchell. Hot Time in Old Town by Mike McQuay. A noir-style private eye story set in a grim 21st century Texas, with solid Chandler-like style and gritty world-building. Cujo by Stephen King. A review both admiring and frustrated. The reviewer critiques the believability of a rampaging rabid Saint Bernard, while still acknowledging King's consistent popularity. Catacombs by John Ferris. described as a high-octane adventure mixing ancient civilizations, force field technology, red diamonds, and international espionage. Reviewers highlight Erica Weller as a standout character who overshadows the male lead. Fan mail address. Fantastic Films provides a mail-in address for comments and letters. Fantastic Films Letters, 21W Elmsted, Chicago, Illinois 62610. Advertising recap: Porky's theatrical release ad. A full-page ad promotes Bob Clark's Porky's, with a bold claim of being the funniest movie about growing up ever made. The film stars Kim Cattrall and Alex Karras, with release set for March 19th. Interstellar propeller hat ad. A vibrant catalog sells multicolored propeller hats in polyester, satin, and wool varieties. Optional emblems include Space Shuttle, Beam Me Up Scotty, and Interstellar propeller. Prices range from $8 to $11, with custom bulk orders available. Masks by Don Post Studios. Don Post's legendary horror and sci-fi masks are up for sale. Mummy, Werewolf, Mad Scientist, The Fly, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, and Chewbacca. Prices range from $10 to $65. A mail order form is included. Video cassette and poster ads. Multiple classified ads offer VHS and Super 8 versions of Prom Night, Friday the 13th, and Star Wars clips. Also, original movie posters, lobby cards, and press books from classic films. Preview magazine ad. Jim Steranko's magazine advertises its oversized 9x12 format, exclusive interviews, and colorful features on films like Blade Runner, Dragon Slayer, and Creepshow, promoted as your kind of magazine for serious entertainment fans. Fantastic Films number 28 is a time capsule of early 80s fan culture. It's thoughtful, speculative, humorous, and passionate. The highlight is Gilliam's candid insight into Time Bandits, but every section, from Swamp Thing reviews to fan defenses of Empire Strikes Back, feels alive with the voice of a community that truly cared about genre storytelling. The magazine blends detailed film commentary with the chaotic energy of DIY fandom. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're into vintage fandom, film retrospectives, and hearing from creators at their most honest, like, share, and subscribe. Every day, we dig through another classic for From the Pages.